It was 6:27 p.m. on a Thursday. I remember the time because the light outside was fading in that soft, moody way that makes everything feel slower. I was washing a chipped mug I should have thrown out months ago when my phone rang. His name lit up the screen. Daniel. I hadn't heard from him in 2 weeks. After everything that happened, I didn't expect to. I should have let the call go to voicemail, but I didn't. I pressed answer. "Hey," he said, too calm, too rehearsed. "Hey." My voice barely made a sound. I thought I should tell you. I'm going out of town this weekend. For work. Just a heads up in case you, needed anything.
Work. Right.
Daniel didn't call for that. I knew it before he even finished the sentence. This was his way of saying something without really saying it. He was pulling away, giving me space but making it feel like it was my decision. We had been something real once. Something honest. Or, at least I believed it was. We met in the most ordinary way, at a farmer's market in early spring. He'd knocked over a basket of oranges and I'd laughed instead of getting annoyed. I didn't know then that this man, with his nervous smile and terrible coffee preferences, would become the center of my world. It wasn't love at first sight. It was love after long walks and missed buses and cold pizzas. It was love in that raw, imperfect way that feels like breathing. Natural, necessary, painful if you stop. But love doesn't always survive real life. And real life hit us like a storm. His job started demanding more. I tried to be supportive, I really did. But you can only have so many dinners alone before the silence starts to taste like resentment. Then came the emotional distance. The nights he slept on the couch claiming it was just to stay up late with reports. The skipped anniversaries. The missed calls. The unread messages. Eventually, I packed a weekend bag and left, not because I didn't love him, but because I needed to remember who I was before him. And now, here he was, calling with an excuse that didn't make sense. I held the phone tighter. "Okay," I said, trying not to sound like my heart was racing. "Yeah," he continued. "Didn't want you to think I was ignoring you." The words lingered in the air like smoke. "I wouldn't have thought that," I said.
Silence again.
Then, softer than before, he added, "I know you wouldn't. That's why I had to call." That's when I knew. He wasn't just going out of town. He wasn't busy with work. He was doing what people do when they can't bring themselves to say goodbye. They disappear through silence, wrapped in polite lies. He had to let me go. And maybe, deep down, I needed him to. I ended the call before either of us could say something we'd regret. I didn't cry, not right away. I just stood there by the sink, that chipped mug still in my hand, the water running over my fingers. He was a chapter. A long, meaningful one. But the book of me, it still had pages to turn. I spent the following weeks doing things I hadn't in a long time. Reading poetry in the park, fixing my grandmother's quilt, cooking dinner for one with joy instead of loneliness. I stopped waiting for his name to flash on my phone. One day, while walking through the art museum downtown, I saw a painting of two people sitting on separate benches, close but not touching. Their expressions were soft, almost at peace. And I thought, maybe that's us now. Two people who once collided beautifully, now learning how to exist apart. It hurt. Of course it did. But sometimes, the people we love the most are the ones we have to let go of, just so we can find our way back to ourselves. And so, when he called with that excuse, I knew. I knew he had to do it, not for me to chase him, but so I would finally stop trying. I never called him back.
I didn't need to.
Because this time, the silence didn't feel like an ending. It felt like peace.